Hi guys. Let's talk about preparing the final draft of your research paper. Here are some quick tips on the cosmetics of the paper. They don't affect the content at all, but they can help you avoid bias and at least give you the appearance of competence. Make me work to see your mistakes. So let's go through these real quickly. You need to have an MLA style heading on the first page of your paper, double spaced in the upper left corner. And then you need to have a header on every page of your paper. Upper right corner, your header should be just your last name and the page number. Secondly, when you write about fiction, you always write in present verb tense. What I would do if I were you is once I have the draft completed, give it one proofread through only for verb tense, because those are easy inconsistencies to make, and they're also easy inconsistencies to fix. So maybe sweat that last. Remember the axiom I gave you in class: not all spelling errors are created equal. If you are misspelling the names of primary characters, or your author, or events, or places in the novel, then that's significant. You are wrecking your credibility you've tried to establish as an expert in the novel, someone so expert you know research about the novel and you have your own point of view about it. So double and triple check those spellings. They're important. Finally, check your works cited page versus your parenthetical citations within the paper. If something is cited within your paper, it needs to be apparent on your works cited page. If a source is cited on your works cited page, I need to be able to find it within the paper. A failure to meet one of those two ends means I have to give a significant deduction, because either I can't verify your research if you cite it within the paper and not on the works cited page, or if it's on the works cited page and not within the paper, it gives the appearance that you're trying to pad your research. So you cannot afford to make a mistake. Of these four areas, that one will automatically result in a significant deduction to your grade. Okay, so those were some cosmetic concerns. Here are some tricks you can use to engage your thesis. These are idea-related concerns. One would be to use what we've called the scholarly turn in your introduction. So if you're struggling with writing a good introduction, one thing you can do is say, when most people read Things Fall Apart, they notice X, Y, and Z. However, with their devoted attention to those significant areas, they happen to miss another important aspect of the novel, which is this. And then you give your thesis. That, however, is a pivot point in your introduction that establishes the uniqueness and therefore the significance of your point of view. So that's what we call the scholarly turn. I made a video about that. If you go back, browse on my channel, you should be able to find that. After you discuss an example or give a quote, use a phrasing like, "This is significant or important or noteworthy because," and then explain how your example relates to your thesis. What using a phrasing like this will allow you to do will put your perspective in an interpretive phrasing. So instead of falling into the common trap of summarizing a significant example but not commenting on it, now you are advancing your thesis. You are advancing your point of view. So that's how you can avoid a common pitfall. Another useful phrasing might be what Smith, whoever another author is, not the author of your novel, but the author of an article. What Smith doesn't say, or what Smith fails to realize, what Smith never anticipates. What this helps you do is introduce other scholarship and show that you've done the research, and then also show how your point of view stands independently of that. So maybe to a degree it's supported by it and it's relevant to this other scholarship, but you also have a point of view that other people haven't fully explored. That makes your ideas significant. Finally, you can use that first sentence, last sentence trick as you proof your paper. So if you get to a body paragraph, you could use a trick where you only read the first sentence of your body paragraph and then the last sentence of the body paragraph. If they seem to be closely related, there's an excellent chance that your ideas stayed on course throughout the whole paragraph. If they seem to be drastically different, then the odds are your ideas are off track. or you have fallen into the common trap of just summarizing action and you've sort of checked out of your thesis. So that can be a useful trick as you proof your paper. And finally, here are the biggest traps you want to avoid: making me make this face while I'm looking at your paper. So there are a couple of things I've encountered over the years that drive me nuts. The first thing I've already talked about: if you write your research paper in a 5-paragraph essay organization, I will lose it. This paper is too long and the ideas are too developed to fit into 3 body paragraphs. Do not do that. The other thing I've encountered from time to time is students will try to fudge page length by making the periods in their paper a different font size from the rest of the paper, or making commas a different font size. If your paper is short, but an excellent paper, I can't say that it's not excellent because it's slightly under the page limit. If it's weak and it hits the required length, that doesn't count for anything. It's a weak paper. Don't sweat the page length. If you're writing an excellent paper, the page length sort of works itself out or becomes less consequential. You'll be close if you're not exactly there. But if you try to fudge it, and I catch you doing it, then first I will congratulate you on your uncanny ability to miss the point. And secondly, I will thank you for the cardio you will have given me for the eye rolling I'll be doing. Don't do that. It's not honorable. Okay, so I realize I just came on a little strong there. Anyway, guys, this is going to be over soon. And a lot of you are doing fantastic work. Good luck over the next few hours, and I hope you have great papers.